Do you know you can retouch your images in less than 2 minutes and you will get high-end results? Trust me when I say high-end results, you will get it. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you exactly how, step-by-step guide. This is an updated version. This is an updated version of skin smoothing that even retains your texture. So in this one, what we're going to be doing here is that we're going to be cleaning, smoothing out the color of the image and generate a different texture entirely for the same image. Just all we need to do is just to take a little texture from the original image to still give it that feel of realistic touch. But trust me, this is the best tutorial on skin retouching out there. It's so simple. So I would advise just watch it 2 times so you will understand exactly what is happening here. Then you can now practice along. If you want to get this image for your own practice, just go to the description of the video and you are going to see the picture where you will download it and be able to practice along. So without wasting your time, let's quickly get started. And sorry for your bonus, we're going to be also showing you how to use one of our axles to do your auto skin tone match and also apply our auto dodge and burn on the image to see how that works perfectly. All right, so without wasting your time once again, let's quickly get started. What you need to do is to make sure you have a 2 duplicates of your background. So press Ctrl J 2 times. So of this one, this is the one that we'll be creating, that we'll be using to generate the original texture. So let's leave it there for now and come over to this layer. So this is the layer where we'll be smoothing our image. So I'm just going to call it smooth. Yeah, smooth like that. Beautiful. So next thing you need to do, always do that, especially when you are working with layers that might be destructive. Always convert to a smart object. So I'm going to right click on the image over here and go to convert to smart object, or rather you can as well just go to your filter, go to convert for smart filters. Let's find that convert for smart filters. Just press OK and you will also convert it. They are basically the same thing. They do just the same thing. Now, having done that, the filter we're going to be using is our median instead of the regular conventional Gaussian blur. We're going to go to noise, go to median. So all you need to do at this place is to make sure that you smoothen out the image so much that you have lost all the blemishes, all the skin texture, but do not make it look so fake that everything becomes blended in something like, let's say 300. I want to just for illustration, we're not going to be using it. So looking at it now, everything is just blended in. It's not going to work. So just keep it somewhere in between when everything is not blended in, but you have lost practically all the skin texture. So I'm going to be keeping it at 100. Okay, so once you type in your 100, just press OK. Yeah, that's done. So we're going to create an empty layer. We're going to create an empty layer where we are going to create our own skin texture. Remember, I told you in the beginning, we're going to smoothen out the image and then generate our own skin texture for the image and apply it on the image so that it becomes its own skin texture instead of using the original skin texture in the image. Of course, like we said, we're going to be taking some part of the original texture to even make things look a little bit more realistic. So let's wait for the media. I think this is quite a system intensive filter. All right, so that done, hold your Ctrl and Shift, press N to create a new layer. So instead of creating it like this and going to the properties and all of that, just hold your Ctrl Shift N to create this kind of new layer. When you create it, make sure that the mode is changed to overlay. Make sure the mode is changed to overlay and press OK. Then in the color, you can leave everything the same way, except that you need to now check your fill with overlay neutral color 50% grade. So the reason we are filling it with 50% grade is because we are creating an overlay mode. Let me press OK. So looking at it like this now, you are not going to see any effect. The reason is because our blend mode is in overlay, and overlay is the blend mode that hides everything that is higher or lower than 50% grade. So we are going to change it back to normal, you are going to see that everything is going to show up. So the moment we put it in overlay, everything 50% gray hides, and this is the color that's 50% gray. So this is the reason why we had to use that. Of course, you can create this manually by creating a new layer, changing the blend mode, and filling it up with 50% gray if you wish to go through that way. So we're going to, one more time, convert to smart filter or smart object, very important. Then now let's create our skin texture. So go to filter, go to your noise, go to add noise. Why are we using add noise? When you look at images, the thing that looks like the pores and holes of the skin is noise. It looks like it has similarity with noise, and that is why we are adding noise to create that illusion of a skin texture. And when you are here, make sure you don't make it to be too much, and make sure it's uniform so it doesn't look irregular, and make sure that you will turn on your monochromatic so that it maintains the original color of the skin. You wouldn't want to have some weird colors flying here and there. Then press OK. Now looking at the noise, it is too sharp. It is too sharp for our image, so we'll blur it out a little just by 2 pixels or 3. So I'll be using 2 pixels for this image. Press OK. Now let's take some parts of the original texture and apply on our image. That brings us to opening up this layer. Remember, we kept it here, then go to filter. One more time, convert to smart object, very important. After converting to your smart object, just go to filter, go to order high pass. Now, I would advise in this one that you use the same radius you used for your Gaussian blur. Of course, all these values are changeable. If it doesn't work for you, you can come back and change it. And that is why we stick with converting to smart objects, so that every single thing will be editable in case you do not like what you are getting. So I'm going to press OK. And now remember the concept of frequency separation. After going to your apply image, you come back, and after subtracting the color from the texture and all of that, you come back here and you change it to linear light. And that is what we're going to be doing here. We'll change to linear light, and you are good to go. Now create a group of all of these layers, minusing your background, Ctrl G. Now, looking at the image, it's all flat. It's hiding all our highlights and all of that. And that is where the next step comes in. Double click on the group and your blending is going to load up. So when your blending loads up, just subtract it from the highlight as much as you want, so that you can retain your highlights at the end of the day. So of course, this is looking rough. Hold your alternate, split it into 2 just to make the transition smooth. You can decide to take it all the way up, but note that the more you are revealing your highlights, even the highlights in the blemishes begin to show up. So we'll just keep it somewhere around here. Of course, we're intending to smoothen our image. Then do the same thing for the shadows. Just take it out a little from the areas you do not want it, and split it as well. Just like that, to be able to retain some dimensions. Of course, the more you retain this, let's say you are using something that is called Retouching, and you're able to remove your blemishes, then I would advise you stretch those shadows out a little more to retain the shapes and all of that, to retain the profile of the image. But if you want to have a very smoothened out image, just keep it somewhere around here. Of course, at the end of the day, you can see reduce the opacity of the whole effect. Press OK. Now hold the alternate and create a mask. And we are done. Now the next thing is pick up your brush and start painting. Let's see the magic that we've been able to create. Okay, so make sure it's a soft brush and start painting. Look at that, beautiful. My God, isn't this amazing? All right. So if you master this setting, trust me, in few seconds you are good to go, and you start applying it on your images quickly. Start applying it on your images quickly. I can actually put up this setting in less than 1 minute. In less than 1 minute, and I'm done. Okay. All right, just like that. Paint it over here. You can even reduce the opacity and just paint over the edge. Yeah, handles the edge quite well. If you reduce the opacity, just like that, in these places. Then take it up again. Oh, nice. This is so beautiful. About this area, the nose. So I want to paint over the nose. I'm going to reduce it more so that I wouldn't have to lose all the dimensions in the nose. Yeah, it's a fun. Let's go over there, do the same thing over here. So the goal is to keep it as realistic as possible and not to lose out everything. Nice. Okay, we're done with the face. So let's move straight to the body. I'm going to quickly just paint over here. Do something over here. All right, so come over to the arm, just brush it over. So at this point, you can decide to reduce your opacity, just not to make the whole thing look like a plastic. But for the purposes of illustration, they'll just keep it this way, and we are good to go. So let me quickly show you the before and after of what we've done. This is the image before, and this is the after. This is before, this is after. See the way it took care of the blemishes, took care of the irregularities in the skin, and will have a very good skin, should I call it frequency separation? But this works so much more like frequency separation. So of course you can try to reduce the opacity. You can even go back into the group and change the values to get something that works for you more. This technique works on any skin, works on black skin, melanin skin, white skin, fair skin, whatever your skin is, just get the values that works for you and you are good to go. So for the bonuses that we want to give you in this video, I'm going to quickly open up our Retouch Action PGA and quickly apply our auto skin tone matching. Where is it done for you to touch PGA? All right, so this is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to quickly, all right, so this is what I'm looking for. Done for you Retouch Action Pack. All right, so we'll just go to the auto skin tone and I'll quickly apply it on the image. Now, because the action was originally recorded with a black skin, I'm not going to just run it straight up. I'm going to make changes for that is peculiar to his own skin and get the result I want. That is one beautiful thing about this action. It's fully customizable. So this particular one here, just double click on it. Click on any bright skin of the image, the brightest skin, the brightest part of the skin. And that is, I think here is the brightest part. I'm going to copy the brightness. Press OK and paste it in the location. Do the same thing over here. But for this one, you are picking the darkest part of the skin, which I think is here. I'm going to also copy the brightness. Make sure it's not zero brightness. Press OK. Paste it in the location. The last one is the mid-tone. So I think here is a very good place to use as a mid-tone. Copy it as well and paste in the location. So we'll have our skin tone perfectly selected in such a way that gradient map will do the job. So press OK and the rest is a match. All right, so quickly done. After doing that, you need to check if the selection is perfect for your own. If the selection is perfect, good, stick with the selection. If you want to modify it, that's why we stopped it here, so you can modify your selection and use it in your own. So go back to this layer. This is the layer made that we provided for your selection. So what you need to do quickly is just come to this layer over here and add the parts of the skin that you want in the selection, just like this. Good. I'm going to remove it from the hair. And we are good to go. This is what I want. So I'm going to quickly, okay, I think I need to adjust here a little. So I'm going to quickly create a mask for this and just move the mask to this particular one and use it to replace the gradient map. And we have lost it from the background. So this is before, this is after. Let me show you quickly how much we've matched the skin tone. This is before. Look at the reds and all of that. This is after. We have a perfectly matched skin tone. I'm going to flatten it all up. I'll quickly just add some sharpening to the image. I'm going to go to sharpen. Okay, before that, let me quickly do our auto dodge and burn. I was going to run that, pick up my brush and paint it over the image just like that. Of course, this is too much. I think I need to reduce it as much as possible, especially the dodge. So just drop down the dodge so much more like that. So let's look at it before and after. We'll reduce the opacity. Just a very minute effect from that, just to give your image a little bit of depth and giving that three-dimensional look, your highlights, your shadows, and your mid-tone. And once you are done, quickly apply your sharpening and we are good to go. All right, so this is our sharpening. Before, after. So we're able to restore even some textures that were lost originally. Thank you for watching this amazing video. Let me quickly show you the overall before and after. So this is the image when we came into Photoshop, flat, a lot of blemishes, and this is the image with just few clicks. And then for your bonus, if you have our done for you retouch pack, you are getting the action that does this for you in just one click. All you need to do is just to apply the action, apply the values that works for you, and start painting on your image. If you already have our retouch pack, you are getting it for free as a bonus. If you do not have, quickly go and purchase yours, because we are attaching this action, this particular action we used in this video, to the retouch for me pack. We are attaching it to the done for you retouch pack. It's going to be a bonus for you if you purchase our pack. So just go straight to the description. You will see the link to our store where you make your purchases. Thank you for watching this amazing video. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and on your notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. Until the next one, see you.